Hey guys, it's Gabriella with Feeding Type 1. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my Type 1 diabetes story. I was diagnosed on September 26, 1997 at approximately 1:35 p.m. And I'm going to share with you how my mom knew and what happened. So I was born in Connecticut, in January of '95, and from there we moved to California, and then in August of '97 we moved back to where I live now, which is in New York, and my parents had gotten divorced, and it was a really bad time, and I was 2. So we moved to my grandparents' house. My grandma was a nurse for over 50 years before she passed away, unfortunately. My older sister, Alex, also has type 1 diabetes, so basically what was happening is for weeks, basically since we moved back here, I was drinking a lot. I'd stand by the fridge and motion that I wanted, I'd sign saying I wanted juice, and I'd go, I'd cry, and I'd stand by the sink in the kitchen and just cry. I couldn't talk, even though I was over 2.5. I didn't talk till after I was diagnosed, so like a month after I was diagnosed. I had very small vocabulary. Basically, I just would say drink or something like that. I probably had less than a 20-word vocabulary, even though I was 2.5. I showed symptoms as we were looking in my baby book. We noticed that my mom had drinking. Gabriella loves ice water. Gabriella hates baby food. Gabriella loves to always have water. I always wanted water when I was little. And I never wanted to eat anything. I breastfed till I was 1.5. And my mom would try to give me baby food, but I hated it because baby food has a lot of carbs, and so I knew it would make me not feel good. So I always wanted. So my mom used to put whatever she was eating in the blender and give it to me. I don't know how I eat that. Ew. But she would just give me regular food because I wouldn't eat baby food. So, and that was about from 18 months to when I started eating real food. But anyway, so I was drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking all throughout my childhood. When I was born, actually, fun fact, I didn't find out this till a while ago, but they tested me, as they test every newborn baby when they're born, and they tested my blood sugar, and they said it was high. They said, oh wait, let's do it again, and then they said it was normal. However, from birth to 2 years till I was diagnosed, I showed symptoms the entire time. Somehow my mom didn't pick up on this, and keep it in mind, this was 1997. This is last century, and my mom never thought 2 out of her 3 children would have type 1 diabetes. So she never suspected it. I mean, the symptoms were right there. Anyone with eyes could see them, but nowadays, no one, well, if you know what they are, if you know what the symptoms of diabetes are. But anyway, one day I was just crying out. I was wetting through my diaper. My diapers were just so full, I kept leaking through. And so my mom had to change my diaper every half an hour. And so she then realized that she was about to take a shower, and then something came to her head, and she just got my sister's meter out. She changed the Lancet, and she pricked my finger, and I was 46. And in those days, meters took 2 minutes compared to the 5 seconds they do today. And she said during those 2 minutes, her heart was beating so fast, and she's just like, please God, please no, not my other one, not my other daughter, not my 3rd child. and the number 486 came up. And that's when she realized that 2 out of her 3 children, both her daughters, had type 1 diabetes. So she just cried. And then I didn't really know what it meant. I vaguely remember it. My grandma really told me the story more than my mom did. And so my mom called my sister's endo and said, my other daughter has diabetes, I gotta bring her in. So we went in, they tested my blood sugar, they said, oh, 2 out of 3, congratulations. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. And they wrote a ton of prescriptions and sent us home, and that was it. And then my sister came home from school, and she was in like 2nd or 3rd grade, and when she found out I was diagnosed, she cried, and it was terrible. Yeah, it was terrible. And you know, she didn't want me to go through what she was going through. So that's just really the beginning of my story. And I started the insulin injections, and I hated shots. Oh my gosh, I hated shots. I'd run around the house, and it was horrible. And I mean, being diagnosed at 2 years old, how do you explain to a 2-year-old with diabetes, you have to take the insulin, you can die? So I didn't really understand. But then about a month after, I started talking more, and I really developed a lot. I really caught up with developmentally. And I started preschool, and this was back in the day of NPH, and you basically had no life because you had to eat on certain times. You had to take shots at exactly certain times. You're on a schedule. You had to have this many carbs, this many fruit, vegetables, and starches, and all that. You had no life. You couldn't just go, oh, I want a Gatorade right now, I'm going to drink Gatorade. That wasn't an option back then. This was before pumps were commonly used. This was injections. This is before Lantus. And this was a long time ago. So I'm just coming up on my 16 years mark of type 1 diabetes soon. So yeah, so that was basically my diagnosis story. Hopefully you guys watched the whole thing. Comment, rate, and subscribe, please. And I have a lot of experience, so if anyone ever has any questions, leave a comment below and I'll respond within 24 hours. Alright, thanks. If you're watching this because you were just diagnosed, I'm so sorry, but you can do this.